On a show about some of the world's greatest aircraft and airlines, you may have expected me to show you amazing footage of glittering jetliners. Instead, you find yourself looking at an enthusiastic chef in his kitchen, working his magic. What on earth is this show really about? Well, when I started filming the story on Singapore Airlines, I must confess, I too expected to be filming planes and talking about first-class cabins and the exemplary service on board. But the reason I continue to focus on this kitchen is because, well, it's perfect. A model of how world-class cuisine has to be consistently and speedily churned out to ensure that thousands of passengers flying on the airline every single day get a tasty, warm meal. So what exactly do passengers look forward to on a long flight? Well, a nice warm meal is certainly a priority, and Singapore Airlines tries its best to ensure that passengers get a great meal. This is a machine that churns out a perfect omelette. So as we go around over here, there's the exact amount of egg yolk and the exact amount of oil that's produced, and by the time all of this does one round, you end up with that perfect omelette. And that really is what Singapore Airlines is all about. The attempt at seeking perfection. It's a dream that's made it the world's most awarded airline. Rated the best airline in the world 21 out of 22 times by Condé Nast Traveller. And here's an example of just how far Singapore Airlines is willing to go to chase the dream of being the best of the best. Herman Freidunk is in the business of ensuring that Singapore Airlines passengers enjoy their meals. The room we are sitting in isn't an ordinary room, is it?
No, this is not an ordinary room. What this is actually a pressurized chamber in which we are simulating the conditions on a standard aeroplane. Obviously, the atmosphere inside an aeroplane changes. One of the main things is that the air is very dry, and that will dry up your mucus, and your taste sensation is going to be substantially different. Another thing too is if something is wrong and you're on a flight from here to London, in the beginning there's nowhere to go and you have 10 hours to think about the complaint letter you're going to write to us.
But while food is what passengers have on their mind, the business end of flying, and we're not talking about business class just yet, the business end of flying is way up in the front of the jet, in the cockpit. And it's here that nothing can be taken for granted, not for a moment, ever. On this episode of Bigger, Higher, Faster, we are previewing an airline which has come to define the word standard in the world of civil aviation. We're at Singapore Airlines, and this is the cockpit of a Boeing 747-400 simulator. Simulators like this are where Singapore Airlines trains its pilots to the very highest standards in aviation. Safety is always paramount for this airline. But this airline is not only about the safety aspect. Singapore Airlines has always been a great innovator. Among the first airlines in the world to have in-flight entertainment systems, it's also an airline that's consistently introduced the very latest aircraft. It was the launch customer of the Airbus A380 Super Jumbo. Today, Singapore Airlines flies among the longest routes in the world. It flies direct from Singapore all the way to New York, and it's also in the process of introducing various new aircraft to supplement its already outstanding standards.